With matches, she lit a fire that burnt brightly for hundreds of millions and continues to do so even today. So does the lady have a special spark that is the secret of her success? Well, let's try and find out as I introduce you to the one and only Tabu. Welcome to the program, Tabu.
Thank you. Thank you.
Gulzar says that you're a curious blend between a child and a mature actress. Would you accept that?
On screen? I mean, child on screen or child?
I think he was talking about your personality.
Yeah, for him, I'm a child. I'll always be. That I agree, because he brings out the child in me, because he's a father figure. And mature actress, I don't know.
Do you like the child in you?
I love the child in me. I want it to be alive, actually. Yeah, definitely, because I guess we lose the child somewhere along the way, and it's hard to find the child.
You know, on screen you have this wonderful quality of being able to look fragile, vulnerable and innocent. Is that great acting, or is that actually the child in you coming out?
Must be the child in me. I must really be vulnerable and innocent and fragile at that moment. If I look it on screen, I must be feeling that at that moment.
The amazing thing is that, you know, you never really learnt acting. It just happened, I gather, as opportunity came your way.
Yeah, acting I never learned. I mean, the profession came, it was completely coincidental, I must say, my career. But acting, where acting as an artist concerned, no, definitely, I did not learn it. And I believe that it is not something you can learn or acquire, you know.
It has to be inside you?
I feel there is something which is completely undefinable, which we call good acting. I don't think I've ever been able to pinpoint what is good about a particular actor's performance or acting. I think it's a completely mysterious phenomenon. I don't know why. I mean, you can point out what's wrong about anything, an art, or, you know, what's missing. But I don't think you can really point out what good acting is.
You know, you said somewhere in one of the articles about you that good acting is easy provided you're not conscious of it. What did you mean?
Did I say that?
Is that one of the many things you say without realizing?
No, must be without being conscious of acting, you mean?
Yeah. I mean, it just has to happen, I suppose.
I think I have come to believe now that it is a lot of things happening at the same time. It is not just one thing. I mean, I believe now that a good shot or a good performance or a good film is a complete, you know, incidents and coincidences of all the right things and of all the magical things happening at the same time. There's so much. Where acting is concerned, performance is concerned, I don't think luck has got anything to do with the way you portray or you act or emote. But I think that a lot of things go into it, like the director has to like you, you have to share a rapport with your director, you have to like what you're doing, you have to be in the right frame of mind, you have to be with the right kind of people around you, you have to, basically the director has to like you.
And I suppose when I said luck, what I meant was it also has to be the right day for you. Good actresses can have bad days.
Everyone has bad days. And we as actors definitely, I think, have more, I can't call it bad, but, you know, unfavorable or ups and downs in our days. Considering the amount of exposure we have to people and the kind of profession we belong to, we're dealing with people all the time. It's not, we're not operating or working on a plateau. You know?
Let's go back to the very beginning of your career. It started when you were 12, when Devanand cast you in his film,
yeah.
Hum Naujawan.
Yeah.
I gather there's quite a story behind how that movie actually happened.
Well, yeah, the story is that actually like childhood. I went to a kid's birthday party, that's how it happened. And my mom, who's Sushmanti's friend, Dev Saab's sister-in-law, she spotted me in the kids' party, and she knew that Dev Saab was on the lookout for a girl who could play his daughter. So that's how the whole thing happened, and I was called from school, and Shavana auntie called and said that you must do this film. Though I couldn't make out much about films or anything. I mean, I was
Were you keen yourself to do it?
Not at all. I was extremely nervous, but I mean, I was just 11 and I had to bunk school, which I mean, my school was very, very upset because I was a good student, and I remember the principal had called my mom to the school, and she had a serious talk that you have to decide whether you want your daughter to study or to join film.
So the principal was putting pressure on your parents.
Yeah, it was a serious issue, you know, in our school, and because it was a convent, it was really, really strict.
So what happened when you went for the screen test?
Screen test, I was very nervous. I just remember being very, very nervous, and my sister was along. My sister was with me, and Dev Saab spotted her, and he thought, he was wondering why she has not come for a screen test yet, if she was not interested, which my sister was.
So Dev Saab saw two sisters and
Yeah.
said they're both ideal. Why aren't they both working for me?
Exactly.
He wanted 2 for 1, huh?
No, he wanted me for his film, and he took my sister's screen test just, you know, just like that, and he happened to show it to Yaji, who was looking for a new girl. So that's how it just.
And Dev Saab offered you the role in Hum Naujawan
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah.
But your grandmother was against it.
My grandmother was.
She thought like
Very-
the headmistress at school.
No, yeah, she was very keen that we should complete our studies, because also my grandmother was a principal herself. We used to run a school, and she was a teacher for 45 years. She was a winner of the Best Teacher Award. She was the gold medalist, you know, in literature. And my grandfather was a mathematician.
So did you think this was the wrong thing for a well-brought
No,
up young
not
girl
at
to
all.
do?
Not at all. It was never, never. There was no discrimination like that.
Did you enjoy that film?
I really don't know it. I mean, I was just 11, so I really have. Actually, I don't remember much of that, but I just remember that it was a good experience. At the time I was doing it, I mean, I couldn't make out much of it, like I said. Because I think I was too young and I had really no idea. I was just doing what was told to me.
You know, the world changed for you, not with that film so much as with Marches, which
Yeah.
happened much later.
Yeah.
It's a movie that no one can ever forget. Yet I gather when you were offered the role, you thought it was a joke.
Yeah, it was, I mean, definitely. I definitely thought it was a joke because it was like too good to be true, you know. I said, no, this can't be happening to me.
What was it that you thought was a joke? That Gulzar
That
wanted you?
Gulzar Sir wanted me.
So you were in awe of him.
Completely. I mean, that was one dream, you know, I nurtured, that one day I would want to. It was, you know, it was, but I also thought somewhere that it was an impossible thing for me to happen, that Gulzar Saab should cast me in his film.
Is it true that he used to tempt you with toffees to induce the best acting?
That was the the reward we used to get after giving a good shot.
A toffee?
Yeah. I didn't know in the beginning. He kept giving toffee and things like that. And then one day he said, you know why I give you this? You know, so whenever you give a good shot, I give you this toffee. So then I became greedy. Then I wanted all the toffees. So then he said, you can't get all the toffees in one day.
Now, one of the most powerful moments in Marches is the song when you're sitting on the parapet of the well, pining for the lover who's gone away. How much of that is Tabu herself as an actress, and how much of that is Gulzar Saab as a director?
I think my performance in Marches completely is Gulzar Saab's direction. I mean, it is just the translation of his script, his sensitivity.
Tabu, you're being modest.
No, really, I really.
Isn't that a
mean it.
moment when you actually did something with the ring on your hand and turned it around? And isn't that part of that haunting moment? And wasn't that entirely yours?
Oh my God, you've done some research, huh? I don't know. I think it just came at that moment when I was doing it. It just came. I mean, it was not. I didn't.
Is
think
this what
of
you
it.
meant when you said acting is easy if you're not conscious? It just came.
It
You
just
did it
came.
without thinking.
Without thinking, completely without thinking.
So you actually had become the part at that moment. You'd stopped being Tabu, you'd become the girl in the film.
When I heard Marches the first time, I felt a part of it. I felt the character.
You won the national award for Marches. Were you surprised?
Very pleasantly though, but I was extremely surprised because also then again it was something which you know, I never thought I'd be able to accomplish, and at such an early stage of my career, and with just a few films to my credit, I never ever thought I'd be able to achieve that. But it took some time for the news completely. Yeah, I think it took about 2 days. You know, then after 2 days I sat and cried
cried
Yeah, I cried.
with happiness.
Yeah. I guess I was so overwhelmed by the emotion, you know.
You know, your latest movie, Astitva, is considered by many people to be another award-winning performance. Do you also think that it's one of your better roles?
Award-winning, I don't know. I don't describe any role or performance as award-winning as such, but I think Astitva is one of the best roles I have done.
You feel happy
in
with
my
it?
career. Very, very happy. I mean, I was happy the day Mahesh came and narrated the subject to me. Machis, Hututu, Virasat, Astitva. I think all these are, you know, I consider when I think of the good roles that I have done, the good roles I have got, fortunately.
What attracted you? That they were challenging, that they were drawing out something inside you that you weren't sure you had?
I think these films and the roles which became special to me were just the fact that when I was hearing the script, I felt I could see myself doing the film.
So much of this film, Astitva, actually is the climax. It's that moment when you confront your son and your husband and reveal to them their true characters. It probably would have been very easy to reduce it to just cheap philosophy, but how difficult was it to make it actually work as drama?
It was difficult in the sense that, first of all, I'm not Aditi. I'm not a married woman. I'm not a middle-aged woman. And I have not gone through anything what Aditi went through. And to reach that point of climax, where she has to confront with all her conviction, was, I think, if to look at it practically, it is a very difficult thing, you know, to achieve that. But what was easy and why it was easy, why it came through, was because Mahesh was, for Mahesh, it was like water, you know, like how water flows. So from day one, the whole script and everything about the film and about Aditi
Just
and about
flowed.
her, yeah, about her sensibility or her emotions, everything just, you know, it was just flowing.
Are you saying you had to let yourself flow with Mahesh and let him just lead you and guide you?
There was no, I mean, I could not find any point about Mahesh's conviction which I could doubt. How much people agree with it or how right or wrong it is, that's beside
another
the
matter.
But Mahesh's conviction in the film and the intensity with which Mahesh wanted to say all this through me was so interesting and it was so endearing to me that I actually did not have to do anything much.
You know, you're in the running for a Filmfare Award for Best Actress for this film. What would winning mean to you?
Well, I mean, it would be nice. Obviously, any award is like a
Just
bonus. Well, I don't.
Are those fingers crossed under the table?
Always fingers, legs.
So you want the award. You want it badly.
No, not for the award so much. No, not badly. I never wanted anything so badly. But I've never thought of. I've never speculated. Okay, if I get this, then this. If not, then you know, it's too complex for me to think about it.
Too complex, or is that a little dangerous?
It's not dangerous.
Are you superstitious?
No, not exactly. But I don't. I'm not. It's me. It's not in me to
Would you
think.
be disappointed if, say, someone else's name was announced instead?
Not at all. Not at all.
Not even a little upset?
No. I mean, it's not been. It's never been, and I hope it will never be the deciding factor for my personality to undergo turmoil or extreme exhilaration.
Awards are nice, but you're not swept off your feet by them.
I'd prefer not to get carried away with them.
Let's keep our fingers crossed. Let's take a break at that point and come back, and I want to talk about the lady behind the actress, the real taboo that we're only just getting hints of at the moment. We'll be back in just a couple of moments. Stick with us. Welcome back. My guest is Tabu. Let's talk a little about you personally. Your friends say that you can have mercurial changes of mood and that you can even be quite temperamental. Is that true?
My God, which is this friend who has told you?
That won't be giving the game away.
Yes, I definitely am I go through extreme changes in my moods, but I'm not governed by my mood changes or the fluctuations in my mood.
You can control them when you want to.
Yeah, when I know they are a bad sign, and when I know I don't have to take notice
You
of
can
them.
control them, or you can act your way out of them.
No, I mean, I can just tell them to be dormant and just lie there till I can face it.
Your mood listens to you.
Definitely. I've learned to control it.
They also say that when you were young, you were shy, quiet, probably
Very
even
shy.
reserved.
I was very extremely shy, and I was very, very reserved. I don't know, reserved or afraid, I must say.
Of what?
I was, maybe because I'm not a very, not a people's person. I've always been like that. So I think I've just,
Do you like being on your own?
yeah, I really like
You
being
need
on-
to be on your own.
I need to be on my own from time to time. I definitely need to be on my own. I mean, I cannot think of doing without not being on my own, at least for some time.
So do you value your privacy?
Very much.
Very
much.
difficult as an actress to value privacy, isn't it? How do you survive?
Well, if you accept the fact that you are not very, very, I mean, you as a personality is not just you, the person. You are also an actress, a career person, a professional. And especially in our
Are
profession.
you saying that to survive you have to become almost schizophrenic? There's Tabu, the actress, and then there's the real Tabu.
No, you don't have to be. I mean,
But it helps.
Well, at times you have to be. You have to be in our profession because also I think it becomes a part of our, it becomes like a lifestyle for most of us to be something which we are not, because we are every day we are going and being people we don't know. We are acting, we are saying lines, we are saying what someone else wants us to say.
So the Tabu of the magazines, the Tabu of the gossip columns is actually an image, not the real one at all.
Not at all. The real one is, with everyone, I think the real person surfaces after a long time, after a lot of effort, after a lot of experience, I guess. It's just does not happen easily, and it's
Which of the two Tabus do I have sitting in front of me? The real one? Or
almost
still
the real one.
Almost the real one.
Almost the real one. Not quite, but yeah.
So you don't drop your guard until you really feel confident with the person you're with.
Not of the person, of myself. I'm more concerned with myself.
Are you
not
protective? Self-protective?
I try to be and I want to be, but I'm sure I can't manage that all the time.
Tell me about your childhood. Was it a happy childhood?
Very happy. When I look back at it now, I feel it was much better than
What it felt like at the time?
yeah, definitely. Maybe because I've come into a completely new culture and
But at the time,
atmosphere.
because I do know from your mother that your parents separated when you were 3, was that a difficult thing for a child to have to grow up without her father being
No.
around?
I grew up with my grandparents and I was extremely close to them. I had, I guess, one of the best childhoods that I've ever seen, at least around me. The kind of upbringing I had and the kind of positive atmosphere that I grew up in. I mean, when I see, most of the times I see children around, when I hear of, what's happening in their childhood and the way they've been brought up, I feel so grateful to my grandparents and my mother.
Were you very close to your grandmother?
Very close. I mean, yeah, I think a lot of my qualities are like my grandmother's. A lot of values she's instilled in me. And
So did it upset you when you were young that she didn't want you to do Hum Naujawan?
no, she never opposed it so vehemently as it was never, because also Shabana aunty has been in the films for so many years, so it was never like a stigma or something, and a very, very progressive family.
You mentioned Shabana a couple of times in this interview. Is she a very important influence for you?
Definitely.
Was she the one that in the end persuaded the family to let you get into films to begin with Hum Naujawan?
Yeah, I mean, my mother and of course we did not have any idea about who's who in the film industry in Bombay. Obviously, because we belong to a completely different culture. Like
That's
I
right, you
said,
come from Hyderabad.
Hyderabad, and studies and school and things like that. And we were completely different from Bombay. And
Shabana was the bridge.
yeah, she kind of introduced, and she like, what can I say? I mean, there's no, I don't know what to say. Yeah,
Today,
I guess.
Today, when you're a major actress, I know you said that you have old-fashioned values as well, which you've inherited from your grandmother, but you are a major actress, and for many you are, in fact, a pin-up girl. Does that fulfill you? Or do you, in a way, sometimes stand back and actually laugh at the way they see you because they're seeing the wrong Tabu?
Fulfilling, it is fulfilling for one compartment of my mind or my personality, I must say, I should say. But definitely there are times when I feel, when I take time for myself and when I sit with myself, like I've started doing it these days, that I feel as a person, I still don't know what I want to do, or what I want to achieve. As an actress, as a professional, I know I have come a long way.
But as a person, you're not sure.
As a person, I'm not sure, because, and it's not a major issue, or I'm not in turmoil because of that, because of the simple reason that I've not given time to myself, and which is a very, very common phenomenon in film people, especially in actors. We really do not give time to ourselves. We don't have time for ourselves, because it's a no-win situation either way. You're running away from yourself, and then you get stuck in the vicious circle where you just one day you stand and think, okay, what am I?
So Tabu's big goal is actually to find herself and answer the question, what am I?
I know, I've quite come to the answer and completely at peace with that, but definitely it's a long way to go.
Tabu, thank you for letting a little bit of your guard down today and telling us about the real you. Thank you for a lovely interview.
Thank you so much.